Hello, in this video we're going to learn how to create a pentagon. And a pentagon is a five-sided object. We're going to start with a circle. So according to our notes, we just create our circle. So I'm going to very quickly draw a circle. Keep in mind your compass should be nice and sharp. The next thing I'm going to do in our next step is to bisect this circle, creating lines 2 and lines 3. So the way I'm bisecting the circle is I'm going right through the center of the circle. I use my t-square for one line, my t-square in a triangle and a 90-degree line for another. So now I've created line 2 and line 3. Once I've done that, I'm going to bisect one of the radiuses. And I'm going to choose this radius just because, well, it's convenient. And I'm going to create a point called point 5. So I'm creating a perpendicular bisector. I'm not going to spend any time going over how to do this procedure because it's in your notes and you've done at least 2 so far. So once I've created my 2 arcs, and I'm going to create, remember, point 5 in this step. So here's point 5. And it's very important that we stay very accurate because the width of a pencil line off here multiplies itself out and makes greater mistakes. So our next step is that we're going to create an arc using point 5 as a center point through point 12, and it's going to create point 6 over here somewhere. So what that looks like is I put my compass right on point 5, extend my lead out and make sure I'm really accurate because, like I said, the width of a pencil line will mess us up, so make sure your compass is sharp. I'm going to draw an arc that looks like that. Now that arc creates over here point 6. And what point 6 allows us to do now is that we need to reset our compass. And this is going to feel really weird because depending on the size of your circle, this is going to be a small adjustment or a big adjustment. But you notice that my lead doesn't go through point 6. So this is a very small adjustment. Like I said, it depends on how big your circle is and how accurate you are and how much this adjustment is. But there's always a little bit of adjustment. I'm going to make sure I go right through point 6. And that's going to create point 8. Now that I've got 12 and 8, that's one side of my pentagon. You're saying, oh my goodness, I have to do this again and again? No, because if that's one side, then all I have to do is start marking off the chords of my circle like this. Again, I'm only using 2 fingers to use my compass. I'm just going to march these off, and if I did this just right, my last side should match up with 12 perfectly, and look at that, it does. So now what I've created point 8, point 9, point 10, point 11. And what that allows me to do is now it allows me to take my triangle and connect the dots from 8 to 12, and then 8 to 9, and then 9 to 10, and 10 to 11, and then 11 to 12. And that's how you create a pentagon. So very quickly to review, I made a circle, I drew line 3 and line 2, then I bisected this little piece right here for the radius to create point 5, so that's a perpendicular bisector. Then I used my compass to go from point 5 through point 12, made an arc to create point 6. Then I used my compass to go from point 12 to point on point 12 through point 6 to create point 8. And remember, there's an adjustment here. Don't forget that. Very important to make that adjustment. Once I've done that, I just march off all the way around the circle, and I end up with a perfect pentagon. As always, rewind the video, watch it often, ask me questions. I'm more than glad to help, and I look forward to assisting you.